Welcome to the Business Behind the Scene podcast with Francesca Moi, where we talk all about real business problems, real solutions, and getting actual results in your business.
Hello. Welcome to episode number 139 of this podcast, Business Behind the Scene. I was chatting the other day with one person that is one of my clients inside of the VA agency, and they were saying like, oh, Francesca, I don't really want to be active on social media. I just want my business to grow. And I found it really fascinating. So I thought I had to record this podcast for you guys to just let you know what my belief is around social media and organic marketing and making sure that you guys make the most out of your social media. But first, I wanted to give a little up to date. I've got a couple more weeks before Maldives trip. I am so excited. So I'm recording more podcasts so that I can be free on those 12 days in Maldives. I can't wait. I'm so excited about it. And I am enjoying life at the moment. I am doing lots and lots of dancing. I'm dancing salsa at least twice a week. And I'm going to Pilates, and I'm going to this new exercise, which is like an electrocution. I call it electrocution, but it's not that. And they literally electrocute you though while you exercise. So it gives more benefits. And you exercise for 20 minutes, and it's like if you exercise for 90, which I love because it saves time, because time is money. And the other day I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said, isn't it fascinating that we spend most of our young life to make money, right? Spend all our time to make money, and then once we reach that goal, we make money, then we spend all our money to get the time back. And I'm like, okay, that is quite true. It's quite true if you don't follow your passion. So I'm very passionate about not wanting to get time back, but in the same time, it is also true because I am hiring 8 virtual assistants so that they can work for me and I can have 20-hour weeks, right? So the only reason why I'm working 20 hours a week is because I've put procedures in place, and I worked so hard in the first few years of my business, and now I know exactly what I need to do when I need to do, and I don't usually procrastinate. I am finding myself procrastinating a little bit more on podcast. For some reason, it's harder for me to be consistent on my podcast, but that's okay. It's the one thing that I struggle with. Everything else, I'm like a machine. When I'm at the office, I am working. I'm not chatting with people. I'm not talking with anybody. I'm just like full on in it, which is very fascinating, talking about masculine and feminine energy. Anyway, this is for another day, for another time. Maybe I should do that, a podcast for like masculine and feminine energy in business. Ooh, that would be fascinating. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is the consistency of your social media. So I was chatting with a client of mine, again, the other day, another one, and I was saying, look, you are consistent on one platform, and you're as consistent in other platforms, and you are not putting any call to action for people to actually book time with you, for actually come into your store, for actually take action and wanted to work with you, right? You're not doing any of that. And the person was saying, oh my gosh, because Francesca, I don't want to be one of those people that just push sales all the time. I'm like, yeah, but between pushing sales all the time and not ever tell them to book something is a different story. So being consistent in social media is not just about being consistent, but it's about being consistent in the right places, being consistent while giving a call to action, giving clear instruction to your audience, where do you want them to go next, right? And a lot of people don't do that, which I find very fascinating. And it's very important that we prioritize that. So if you are going to be social media, you have to have a plan of action, or where you're going to take people from and to. How does that look like? Where would you like them to book? How would you like them to book it? How often would you like them to book? And so on. So literally we had to go back to basics and have a look at this person's calendar. And I realized that one of the biggest mistake was that the calendar was completely empty. So that means that if people wanted to book a call with him, they would just go inside of the calendar and boom, there were calls available any day, any time. And there was no any scarcity, any urgency, anything at all. It's just like, I'm just booking whenever I want, which makes people procrastinate because there is no scarcity on how many classes I can attend or how many bookings I can go. I will just do a last minute. Let me tell you this. It's happening also in my Pilates. I go to Pilates Reformer, and I used to go to one that if you didn't book weeks in advance, you will not get in. So I will make sure that I will book myself in advance, and I will never cancel, because if I cancel, I will just lose my spot, and then who knows when I can get back in, and I will lose my session. So I will be organized, and I will book in advance, and I will go. Instead, I'm now going to a Pilates Reformer that is new, and they don't have as many people. So you can book literally 1 minute before, and there's always going to be a spot. What does it mean? That I don't book in advance, which means that my discipline is to be even stronger, because I know that, if I haven't booked, I can go, I can just go last minute and it's fine. And so even last night, I was like, I really want to go today at 8:00, and I decided that I was going to go, but I didn't book it. I still didn't book it. So I gave myself the permission to cancel in my head, because I didn't actually book it, right? So not to cancel, but to not go. And so it's fascinating, because we're actually doing our clients a disservice when there is too much choice, when there is no scarcity, when there is no, you cannot make a booking 24 hours before. Just give me a rule so that I commit. And if I commit, then I have to come. Instead, if I don't commit, then, it's fine. Look at this calendar is empty. I can book anytime. I can do it last minute. If that day I'm free, I then decide to go last minute, I'll book it, right? This person has got plenty of time. So the moment that this person follow this two simple strategy, put a call to action at least every 12 hours in your stories on Instagram and on Facebook, and that will generate momentum. You will see it. As soon as done, one of these, not even all of them, just one of them is got a booking. So straight away, right? So straight away you go, how much are you missing out on if you don't pull a call to action? Number 2 is what I just said. So making it scarce and just choosing. I would love to have clients every Saturday, every Friday, Saturday, and Thursday evenings. That's it. The other days I need to work on the business. I need to do other things. I can't see clients all the time. The moment that he did that, one person in an expo was like, oh, it's all fully booked. Oh, I better take that 5 p.m. on Thursday night. That's it. It's mine. I need to move these couple of my meetings to make that happen. And the person went and the person bought. So again, is that perception that you're giving to your followers, to your potential clients. If you are too flexible, if you have too much time, it's not going to help them make a decision. It's going to keep them into I can do it anytime. I'll decide later. I'll do it later. It's not important right now. I'm not sure, right? So that's what we don't want to do, right? We don't want to do, let the potential clients choose and give them too much space, because if we do that, then usually people go into their heads, and it means they're not going to make a decision. So now that you understand why you should be active on social media, right? We understand that we need to be consistent, but also consistently putting a call to action that's going to actually be very successful. The other thing that I'm noticing is that when people are starting out a business, they just want to go live everywhere. They want to be in 20 platforms at once, which is overwhelming for everybody, because there's a lot of content to create. You never want to repurpose content on the same day on different platforms, because the algorithm will pick it up and it will go, copy and paste, same content everywhere. Is not good. It just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for the algorithm. It just doesn't serve you and serve your audience, right? Because you really don't want to waste that content. Like if someone is on Facebook, is also on Instagram, and they're going to see that you got the same content, they're going to not check it out, right? So they're going to stop following you one on the platform because there's the same content. But if you start to repurpose different content at different time, so let's say that whatever you post today on Facebook, you're going to post it again in a month's time on Instagram, and you're going to post it again in a month's time on Twitter, and you're going to post it again in 1 month's time in LinkedIn, nobody's going to pick that up, and the algorithm won't pick it up, which means you're going to gain way more views, way more followers, way more momentum. So just want to remember that for yourself, to make sure that you don't do that. But also, if we take a step further, when I talk about all this platform, that means that you've been in business for now years, and you have at least 2 or 3 staff members that are dedicated to social media, right? So that's all they do is repurpose your content and put it everywhere in another platform. In that case, then it's okay. But if you haven't got any staff members, and if you are starting out, the only thing you got to do is choose one platform only, just one platform, and make that platform your income pretty much, right? So create following, nurture your followers in that platform, be active yourself personally, not just like have someone external post for you, right? So be there, add comments, talk to people, do Facebook lives, whatever, or lives, whatever type of lives, but do whatever you can to be really consistent in that platform. So step number 2, it takes me to that, to block out time in your calendar to go live on those social medias. People need to get to know you, the real you, what you're about, what do you do, what's your vibe. They want to get to know you. So a lot of the time I also say that they want to get to know you, your family, your friends, your hobbies, everything about you, not just you. And a lot of people have a reservation about that, which I totally get because I used to feel the same. But then understanding that your audience just doesn't want to work with you because you're a good business owner. They want to work with you because you are amazing and you're authentic and you are generous and you are a father or a mother, and because you are a friend, because you have the same hobby as mine, or because you show me that you stretch yourself and all of those things. So we just wanted to remember that that is something that a lot of people forget and don't use and don't make the most out of it, which is not good for your long-term success in social media. Unless you have a bucket load of money to put on Facebook ads or any type of paid ads, then we just need to go organic. And if we go organic, we need to bring it all. We need to bring the personal side, the hobbies, the family, the friends, all of it, and show people the business, the tips, and really show people that side of us. And then we want to block out in our calendar an hour a week on writing content for the next week. Writing content for the next week or two. I always like to be at least 2 weeks in advance. And then if I want to do something spontaneous, I will always find space to do that too. But I want to be in advance. I want to have the content that's going out already scheduled. And then if I get stuck and don't have time to go live or to post something, then it's fine because I've got content going out. So I want to be in advance. I want to know what's going on. Now, the other thing that people do wrong is that they just pass that along to someone else. Nobody can write to your audience and resonate to the audience as much as you can. So we want to write our own content. I, for example, get my virtual assistant to transcribe this podcast and then take a snippet of it and either do quotes from it. I'm going to tell you something today. For example, I recorded a podcast I've run a private podcast for my Sold Out Academy. And in that private podcast, one of my beautiful virtual assistants were listening to it because they listened to it to transcribe it, to write the show notes and to do all of that. And my beautiful VA was mentioning all the aha moments that they had, like the quotes and the things that they loved about this. And I'm going to have to find it over here. So they were saying like, we are here for you to make your journey as smooth as possible and as successful as possible. But we're not going to avoid all the pain because that's what will make you grow. Isn't that amazing? So they find something that I said that is like profound and powerful, and then they transcribe that and then they put that into a photo of mine with like a little quote. And this is all the procedures that I've created to be able to, the quotes, everything that I say is going to be then reused. One other quote was like, don't be afraid of being salesy, don't be afraid of people saying bad things about you. Just honor yourself and honor the truth. It's always in your heart. If you're self in the heart, you're going to be fine. Business is about making decisions from procedures. Put things in place, so don't lead by emotion, right? So if you follow a procedure, you're not running the business by emotion, you're just following a procedure, which is going to help you to avoid drama. So all those things are things that I taught to my clients, I did in a podcast, and then the VAs have transcribed that into a quote, and then they can write posts from it, and then I will then spend an hour a week to approve those posts, those quotes, and everything like that. So I just love creating procedures and systems in place so that my team and I, we can work very independently, but then we work very well together as well. So these are some of the tips that I wanted to share with you today on how you can be super consistent on your social media. We have a present for you. If you want, you can download our social media planner. It's going to be in the show notes. If you can't find it for some reason, just email info@empoweringevent.com.au info@empoweringevents.com.au. Thank you so much for listening, and please leave a review, tag your friends, share it on social media if you're loving this podcast. I'm meeting a lot of you guys in events, and you tell me that you love my podcast and you listen to my podcast, and I didn't know anything about you. So just let me know, tag me on social media. I would love to know what was your biggest aha moment from today. If you're ready for a virtual assistant, let us help you. We would love to help you and to get you one. And if you want us to help you grow your business, you can join our academy and we can help you with that as well. Thank you for listening, I should say. See you, everybody.
Hey, if you enjoy listening to this podcast, then you have to come to check out our Facebook group, Workshop Secrets for Coaches. It's a community of over 9,500 coaches that are ready to boom their business by running workshops. They are stuck in one-on-one coaching and they're ready to start to go one-to-many. So if you are one of those coaches, then you have to join us. I look forward to see you there. And hey, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave me a review to win a ticket to one of my workshops. I look forward to see you there.